Ah yes, it's new rig day. Today I have the Rebelcon from Rebel RC. And there's a couple reasons why I think you should pay attention to this rig. So I'm sure this review is coming a little late to the market, and you have already heard about the Rebelcon. This is from Rebel RC, and you may actually be familiar with the base of this rig as the Abysma Sherpa, but this rig is different in quite a few ways. Number one, it costs a lot less. Number two, it has a lot more upgrades to it, and that would be the electronics are better, the frame is better, it has a couple of CNC parts that are included on it that are just, let's see, we got it says it right here, the aluminum adjustable slipper clutch, CNC motor mount. It has the hardened steel axles with universals on the outside, which it does use dog bones to transfer the power, but then universals on the outside, which is actually a pretty nice way of doing it. It has the aluminum 4-link suspension on there, and this one actually has upgraded plastics as well, which I learned that directly from Jeff Johns, the guy at Rebel RC. Now, I should state, Jeff Johns is the guy that started axial racing, or at least one in the core group. The reason why I think that we should support this business is that Jeff Johns is a guy that moves and shakes in the industry. He has done a lot to influence it. He's worked for a lot of important companies, and he is also a really good designer. So by supporting Rebel RC with this Rebelcon, even though it's not exactly their design, we'll give them the momentum to be able to come out with new rigs in the future that are their own with their own tooling. And that is something that I am definitely in support of. Because sometimes a rebrand is what you need to get going, and then sometimes that gives them momentum so they can make some pretty cool stuff in the future. And I started my company like that too. Originally, I was rebranding stuff, and ooh boy, that looks good. It's got a matte black finish on it. Let's see what I'm talking about. Yeah. So I started my business essentially by rebranding it first, by modifying motors that were off the shelf. And then after a while, I got enough momentum to start designing my own parts. And so that's where we came to today. Oh, they got a Velcro patch. That's cool. A couple of extra links. Looks like a different link here. You know, I could read the instructions and see what they are. What we got, yes, they included my favorite part. Where's the opening? They included my favorite part, the T-wrench. They included the T-wrench, thank you, along with a couple of hexes as well, some Allen wrenches. So, oh yeah, a couple accessories here or there. Very nice, very nice. All right, let's keep going. Let's not get distracted by the shiny stuff. All right, is this one, how are we in here? Got our transmitter. And it looks like this was actually shipped with the wheels off. So I'm assuming that the wheels are going to be inside one of these boxes. Yeah, hey, and stickers too. RJ Rebelcon. So it looks kind of like a Jeep. Or maybe it looks like a RJ, I don't know. I've told y'all guys time and time again, I'm not a full-size rig sort of person. I don't have any experience in the full-size rock crawler industry, but I do like my toys. And I need more practice at opening up the boxes. Got to find the side that opens. All right. So let's just take a look at the tires. First impressions. It's got a nice soft compound. Not the softest out of the box, but I bet you it's going to hook pretty good. Feels like it's going to hook pretty good in terms of the general market offerings. You know, it feels better than a TRX4 tire, which is not bad at all. Huh, interesting to note. Looks like a 1.9 on the outside and then a 2.2 bead on the inside. Interesting. Huh, indeed. 2.2 inside, 1.9 on the outside. Huh. I'm gonna have to see if something like the TGH heavy offset wheels will clear the knuckles, because that's what they're made for. These are portal axles, and so the knuckles are actually bigger. So it either takes a really special design of wheel to clear those portals, or you could do like they did. I think that might be industry first, which, like I said, this is essentially the Abysma, similar to it at least. And I don't know if they did that on their crawler, but as far as offerings in the US, because the Abysma is not available in the US, huh, that's pretty cool. All right. Now, let's see, we strapped down. Yes, we are. Do I have my side cutters? No, I don't. All right, so first thoughts. Packaged really well. That is fairly important. Yeah, well, the rig feels nice. I was also told that there was a higher nylon content in the axles themselves, and probably some of the external hard parts too. Let's you can hear when I scrape. Oh yeah, that is a high nylon content plastic. So it's going to be nice and stiff, which is important for keeping your ring and pinion happy. Let's see how their shimming is on the ring and pinion. That's actually really nice. There's no movement in and out, so that is going to be good. It looks like it is an on-center pinion, so it's not a hypoid. It's not a high pinion setup, which is actually going to make it easier to keep a good mesh long term, less likely that it's going to have issues. So it looks like, are there lockers in this thing? Ooh, I didn't realize this had lockers. Very nice. We do have steel sliding shafts right here as well. We got the aluminum forelinks like it said on there, and it's got a steering damper that looks like a full-size steering damper. That's pretty cool. And I would also like to mention there are LED lights already integrated on this thing. So for the price, we're already looking pretty good. We've got this LED light bar that looks like it's going to be really bright. We have, what is this, got a 2-speed transmission as well, and locking and unlocking diffs. All right, so they are starting with a pretty good set of features. And before I throw these stock wheels on, I hope that I have some heavy offset wheels that I can grab real quick. I'll yank one off of a rig, and we will just see if something like the TGH-HO wheels will work on here. I know I've got it easy to get set. Here's one. All right, so let's see, moment of truth here. TGH-HO wheels. All right, so the 3-link looks like 3. Why do they got that on the back? So we got a 4-link, but then we also have this bar on the back. That's an interesting choice. Why would they do that? I'm not quite sure why they would have a 3-link on a 4-link. There's really no reason for it, unless there's not enough triangulation, but their lowers are double triangulated, so that's an interesting choice, I'll say. I'll probably end up removing that to see what's up. Anyway, all right, so the TGH wheels do clear, except for the rubbing on that. Now let's look at the front. Miles of clearance it looks like it's going to be. Nope, I'll need to test it on this side. So if you're looking for a wheel that clears that is a straight 1.9 to upgrade these, yeah, it'll need a little more width on the hubs, it looks like, because it barely rubs the tire that I have on there right now. But the TGH wheels work with the Vanquish standard hubs, so you can get hubs from Tons of enders, just absolutely tons of enders these days. I'm going to put this back on so I don't lose it. But it looks like the HO wheels are going to fit. I would kind of doubt that many other 1.9s are going to have enough clearance, just because of the way the beadlock screws are on the backside of a lot of them. At least with a track width that's not incredibly wide. With these HO wheels, the reason why they were made the way that they're made is so that you could get a really narrow track width. All right, back to the task. We're going to install these tires first, these rims, these wheels. Which are they? All right, so there she sits. She is looking good. You know, you'd probably get pulled over for having this much tread exposed in California. The fender wells don't come far out. But as far as being a nice, mean looking crawler, so it looks like the fender is a little bit better than half coverage of the tire, which means that for, what is it, Circuit Class 2, that should be legal. You know, I'm not sure if anybody would want to go into a Class 2 competition with this, but at least out of the box, it looks like it'd probably be all right. Cool. All right. So the next thing that we have is these body clips. I'm going to have to figure out how these body clips work. Is it hinged? Do we have, oh, there is a hinge on the back, isn't there? Cool. Now I got to figure out how to take these hood pins off. They made their clipless body mounts so good looking that I'm not sure how to take the body off. Disgusting. First one, start guide. Grab front fenders on both sides and pull up slightly. So it just clips on. That makes more sense. Pull up slightly. Ha ha! It's just magnets. I should have just pulled, but I didn't want to break anything. So in a hard tumble down a hill, there is a chance that you could have your body pop off, but they have integrated fender wells protecting it. So unless it just barely scraped it, and the body wouldn't fully pop off, it would just do one of these numbers while you're tumbling. It's a really low chance that it's going to happen. All kinds of JST plugs coming off of it. Just JST plugs everywhere, which tells me if you want to take your body off, you actually can, because everything is wired with JST plugs. Really smart thing. I wonder if the Abysma also has that. All right, so we have the 21 turn 550 right there, a Hobbywing 60 amp controller, which will be pretty good performance. Got our shifting servo right there. Yes, indeed. All right, so the next thing we need to deal with is this Dean's plug. So if you're a regular viewer of the channel, you know that I no longer run Dean's plugs or T-plugs, whatever you want to call them, compatible T-plugs. So I either need to switch this out to an XT60 or I need to find my adapter before I can ride this thing. Should note that this does have a full-size pack in here. Full-size pack size. So we're gonna do a little bit of digging, but I really time to go take this outside and wheel. So we're gonna do that, but I think we've spent enough time today and we are gonna section that into a separate vehicle. So what I shall do off camera is I will either change this plug out or find my adapter, and then we are gonna go wheel and we're gonna release that in a second video. So up until this point, if you do have any questions about the rig, let me know in the comments. I will do my best to get to it. But so far on the bench, the roll center looks good. The suspension is really nice and smooth. It looks good. The components look good. The plastic feels great. In general, I'm looking forward to wheeling this rig. All right, so once again, thanks for tuning in. Have a good day.